Let's talk about a huge shift in how we use our favorite tech. We're talking about getting rid of the hard stop. You know, that super frustrating moment when everything just freezes and your flow is completely broken. It's about creating a world where your creativity just keeps going. So, let's dive right in.
Oh, we've all been there, right? You're in the zone, deep into a project, everything's clicking, and then, bam, you hit a wall, an access limit, a paywall, something. It's got to be one of the most jarring things in software, and honestly, it's a problem that's been bugging developers for years.
And at the heart of this is a classic problem. Imagine you build a tool, and it just explodes in popularity. That's awesome, but how do you handle all that demand while still letting people explore and create without hitting a wall? It's a real tightrope walk.
Well, for a long time, there were basically two options, and neither one was perfect. On one hand, you've got rate limits. They keep the servers from crashing, which is good, but they end up telling your most passionate users, hey, come back later. Then, on the other hand, there's usage-based billing. Super flexible, but it can scare people away by asking for a credit card from the very first click. You can see how both of these create friction, right?
So what the world's really needed was something new, a hybrid. A single, smart system that can handle the limits of a free tier, but then instantly and invisibly switch over to a pay-as-you-go model, all in the blink of an eye.
And that brings us to this really cool innovation, thinking about access not as some rigid gate, but more like a waterfall. It's a whole system designed to find a way to say yes, and, most importantly, keep your momentum going.
Okay, so instead of a simple yes or no, the system does this cascade of checks. First, it looks at your free tier. If you've used that up, it doesn't just block you. Nope. It then seamlessly checks if you have any credits. If it finds a way forward, boom, you get access. Your creative flow is totally preserved.
And you know, the real magic here is that this whole complicated dance is completely invisible to you, the user. You don't feel some clunky switch between payment plans. The system just gets out of your way and lets you keep doing your thing. It's just seamless.
But to pull off that kind of seamless experience, you need a whole new kind of backend. And this one was built on a single, really powerful idea: user trust. The system had to be what they call provably correct, so there's never any doubt that the billing is fair.
So, the foundation of all this trust, it starts with capturing everything. Every single thing you do, whether it costs money or not, gets logged as a product usage event. This creates this perfect, complete audit trail that can explain exactly why you were or weren't charged for something.
Then, from that giant log, specific actions trigger what are called monetization events. These are the things you actually get charged for. And here's the critical part. Every single one of those events gets a unique key. Why does that matter? It means it's literally impossible to be double charged, even if there's a weird network hiccup.
And finally, those charges trigger balance updates almost instantly. Every single change to your balance is recorded atomically, which is a fancy way of saying the update and the reason for it are locked together as one permanent record. It gives you a completely verifiable trail for every tiny adjustment.
And this really gets to the core philosophy here. This system is built for trust above everything else. So in that super rare case where a tiny delay might let a user spend a little bit more than what's in their balance, it's just refunded automatically. The choice is clear. They'd rather be provably correct and trustworthy than ridiculously strict.
So, after all that complex engineering, what does it actually mean for you and me? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful idea: the momentum principle. The main goal here is to protect your creative flow state no matter what.
And the results you can actually feel are pretty great. Your balances are real-time, so no more surprise interruptions. You can't be double charged. The whole system just acts in a way that makes sense. And best of all, when you're most absorbed in what you're doing, it just fades into the background.
And that leaves us with a really big question to think about. See, this isn't just about a new way to do billing. It's about changing the entire relationship we have with our tools. If our systems are designed from the ground up to protect our momentum, what else could we create? What more could we all build and design and discover?